Good morning, everyone. As you guys, for the TOR for the Port of Tobacco, previously, last April 8th, the amount of concession fee was reduced, thereby considering the development cost of 27 million as submitted by the engineering department with its POW. But then again, the PMO proposed that the development cost should not be amortized for a period of 10-year contract, whereby the concession fee was then set to 229,469,641 pesos. And also, last April 8th, it was suggested that we propose the financial projection for the Port of Tobacco. So the PMO computed the payback period for 7.8 years with an ROI of 23.9% and an IRR of 12.6%. For net, it's 10%. The revenue sources for the gross revenue came from the revenue from the PTBP, the revenue from the cargo handling operations, the revenue from the RRPF, from porterage, from line handling or the mooring, the revenue from weighbridge operation. So our total gross revenue for year one is computed at 54 million with an operating expense of 19.9 million. Then for the fixed fee for the year one is the year one concession fee to be paid by the winning bidder, which is 17 million with a constant growth rate of 6.38%. Thereby, for the entire contract period, the total expected concession fee collection is 229,469,641. Also, as suggested during last April 8 discussion, the equipment or gears availability should be owned and not leased. That's all.
Mr. Chair, can you go back to the concession fee? Concession fee,
Yes, sir.
I would like to inform you that there is a move now. Actually, it's with the PWG na cut, no? There is a restructuring of restructural classification of cargo handling rates, right? So, doon sa computation na yun, definitely, kung ma-approve yun ng board, mag-a-adjust tayo sa concession fee. And as we're discussing with the chairman, and not twice Mr. Chair is to okay. Papaalam muna namin kay GM, we can give you an advance copy yung proposal na restructuring para ma-compute na ninyo yung bagong location. Kasi definitely sa restructuring kasi tataas siya without increasing the rates. Tataas siya from 10 classification to 4 So yun, next board will be mag-discuss yun sa group.
Okay. Nung huli, you presented your plan. Ito na lang yung problema, yung regarding yung concession fee
And the financial projections.
and the financial projections. Variable fee.
We have for the non-containerized cargo for domestic, we have the annual volume threshold of 300,000 for domestic, and then for foreign is 200,000. This volume threshold was based on the physical projection for the last 5 years and for the project for the 10-year contract. Then for the Roro cargos, domestic 50,000, outbound 60, and for passengers outbound 500,000.
So, fix yung target mo.
Yes. That's the annual volume threshold, sir, for non-containerized cargo for domestic.
So, based on your projection, kailan ma-reach yung 300?
Kung mag-exceed, sir, sa the value of 310,000, so yung 10,
Can you look at your projections sa cargo and traffic? Kasi yung sa akin, you have a projection regarding yung increase, yung pumapasok ng cargo and pumapasok ng passengers. Now, every year this increases.
yes.
Well, understanding ko ng variable fee is, okay, we have a projection na yung increase is 10%, 20%. Now, yung variable fee, if you reach, you get plus minus sa increase na yun. So, let's say, in the first year, 10%, yung projection natin every year is 10%. Well, understanding ko ng variable fee is, if they exceed yung projections natin, hindi yung fixed target natin, when you get 300, ganun lang. So parang if yung projection natin is 10%, they suddenly get 20%, doon tayo sisingil ng variable fee. Hindi yung parang fixed target na may annual volume na ganyan. Kasi once you reach that, sunod-sunod na yun every year kasi hindi naman nag-i-increase na ganyan. So, to-clarify ko lang, is that the understanding of the variable fee? So, na you set a fixed target rather than a moving target every. Kasi kung gano'n, madaling ma-meet yan if ever mong meet na maayos yung projections natin. Ha? Fixed target. Kawawa naman sila. Kasi the purpose is, if our projections are wrong, hindi naman tayo kawawa. So let's say if our projection is, for this port, we will see an increase of 10% per year for the next 5 years. And then yun yung basis natin ng concession fee. We set, say, 15%. If you reach 15%, sobra na yung kinita mo sa projection natin. So doon, if you reach 15%, we set a variable fee for yung above yung threshold na yun. Hindi yung fixed target ng annual. Kasi moving target tayo sa volume. Yun lang, naging comment ko. I could be wrong. Pero yung situation na gano'n, that's fair for all parties involved. Hindi yung may fixed target tayo, but then may moving target tayo. Let's say, yung projection natin is yung volume na 300 lang, and we know volume goes up every year. So, nangyari yan, every year, talagang may variable fee siya. If we have a single fixed annual volume threshold. Ano po ang US? Mas tama ba yung we set a annual volume threshold na ganyan?
Actually, siguro pattern to after API, it's a fixed, hindi ba, threshold value, wala siyang moving variable. Katulad dun sa API. Pero ang problema nun sa API, yung fixed fee niya, may escalation every year. di ba may 3% escalation. Sa atin ba, fix lang. Pag sinabi mo 200,
May escalation din.
ha?
May escalation din.
May escalation. Anong escalation mo? Yung escalation sa growth rate, 10%? Ganun din? Ganun ba? O, sige, halimbawa yung computed, ano ba yung, ano nyo, concession fee nyo, 209 ba yung ano ko?
229 million.
229 million.
May incremental profit of 138%.
May escalation ka ng
6.38%.
6.38. So, i-multiply mo siya ng 1.638 for the following year. Although I see yung merit na sinasabi ni Mr. Chair about it na may pwedeng moving variable kasi nga naman if there's only one threshold value, after that, lagi na merong variable. Ano ang difference nung kasi sinasabi niya kawawa ng bidder.
Unless for certain year, for example, the fifth year, wala pa namin threshold volume na fixed. Hindi siya 300,000 for example, it will be the threshold for the rest of the year. Then on the fifth year, wala pa namin threshold of say, if the threshold is 200, you can have 300 or 500 in 5 years.
Kasi if your escalation rate is 6.38, siguro pwede mo gamitin yung escalation din for the volume trigger. Di ba? Anong cut?
Good morning po. Ma'am, kasi yung computation natin ng concession fee, ang ginamit po nila is historical income ng PMO tobacco. Meaning po, ang kinonsider nila na threshold na volume doon is kung ano po yung na-reach na level at the time ng 2018. Na-reach nila. So, kung nararamdaman po natin na dapat na threshold for variable fees, kung ano po yung kinonsider natin doon sa computation ng concession fee. The escalation of 6.38% is to cover po yung escalation ng inflation and purchasing power peso and not the growth in volume. So, nakita ko naman po yung point ni Attorney Mark na yung variable fee natin na threshold is pwede siyang different per year depending on the projection ng PMO. So, meron tayong actual and projected per year. Yung nag-exceed sa actual, kagaya sa phase 2 natin, ma'am, na Batangas phase 2 na projection ng variable. Merong actual, merong projected. Para mas fair sa
Kasi itong ginamit nila, ano ito, yung phase 1 version.
phase 1 version din, ma'am. Kasi nga po, yung ginamit nila sa concession fee na computation is historical po, hindi yung projected na volume. Diba? So, mas tama po na ang threshold is kung ano po yung kinonsider mo sa concession fee. So, another option po sa variable fee is yung sinasabi nyo ni Attorney Pinky and ni Attorney Mark na every year na lang, meron kayong actual versus projected. So, kung ang projected nyo, pwede nyo rin gamitin 6.38 pero masyadong malaki yun. Historical increase na lang ng bond, yung gamitin mo. Kung 3% every year, mag-threshold kayo ng 3% every year.
So yung 6.38, hindi siya yung ano, growth rate ng traffic, kundi yung ano.
Actually, yung 6.38 na GRTG, masyado talaga siyang malaki for inflation. Kaya nang gamitin po tayo sa ang discussion natin is gamitin yung highest muna. And then, if it nag-fail yung bid dahil walang nag-taker, tsaka natin i-adjust. Kasi minimum naman yun.
So what do you suggest for ano, escalation of the threshold value? You also use 6.38.
Hindi ma'am, yung historical increase ng volume
kunin
yung
natin
gamitin.
yung volume, tignan natin
And then
yung
yung
growth rate
projection.
ng volume, yun ang gagamitin natin escalation sa
Sa
threshold.
projection nila mo.
Just papatukan mo konti.
Oo, pwede.
Papatukan mo konti, yun yung moving target.
Yes sir, ganun na ako.
Pero what about dito sa kabila, kay Ormo?
Same siya dapat ma'am, kung ano yung ginamit natin dito sa computation of volume, yun din po yung i-apply nila sa amin. Pero meron naman sila. Tsaka yung projection kasi ng Ormoc ma'am is medyo different pagdating sa Roro. Dahil meron silang moving na madadagdag na traffic sa kanila.
Okay, nasa ano pa tayo, no? Nasa concession fee and variable. Can I ask ulit, parang nalito ko yung sa ano? During the last meeting, I requested for the computation of ROI so we can assess whether the 10-year concession period is reasonable or not. Ano ang nangyari doon? At the end of how many years can they recoup the investment? Ano yung result? Parang may nariwag akong 7 years. 7.8, but in spite of that, you still insisted on the 10. Kasi may nakikita akong 10 na ano eh. So ano ba talaga? Are we going to give the operator concession period of 7 or sabi mo na round up to 8 or is it 10? 10 years.
Yung recovery period lang kasi, contractor.
Yung
Yung recovery period kasi ng contractor is within 7.8 years. So we are given them for a 10-year period. Kasi kung sa 7 years lang, baka mag-break even lang sila. Yung payback period po, hindi yun.
Kasi pag mag-break even, eh, na-recover mo nga ng ROI in 8 years or 7.8. So hindi siya break even. Pumasok yung ROI eh, para bumalik yung ano.
Kayo,
Tama ba?
Ma'am, yung payback period po kasi na 7.8 is net na po yun ng parang target niya na income. So, sa target niya na income, na-recover niya yung investment niya na 50 million in 7.8 years. Pero during the year 1 to year 7 na yun, meron a year 8, meron na rin po siyang income doon na fair naman and reasonable naman sa kanya. So, tingin ko, okay lang po na 10 years kasi for another 2 years, we give them the benefit na kumita pa doon sa invest nila. Na
So,
marami silang nire-recover yung cost.
So we will give them additional 2 years for that. Kasi if I recall the discussion last time, since we are deducting the investment from the concession
Hindi na po
fee,
dinidoubt, ma'am.
hindi na.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So, yung concession fee mo, kasi the first version was that from the concession fee, you are going to subtract the investment. There was a suggestion from, if I recall it right, kay Cathy na, pwede naman wag mo i-deduct, dagdagan mo na lang yung period. Pero since you computed it already na medyo 8, eh, hindi na sila lugi. But on top of that, you're still giving them additional 2 years. Parang gano'n. So balik tayo, kaya may 10 years doon. Kasi narito ko sa, parang narinig ko kung 7.8, bakit 10 years yung nakikita ko? So yun ang decision, yun ang recommendation.
Yun ang ano,
Ang recommendation ng PMO to give them additional 2 years.
If that is the case, na wala naman na silang re-recover pa kanilang investment, gawin na sila on the 8th year, itaas natin yung concession fee by the 9th and 10th year. Tama ba? Tama ba ako? O may tama ako? Wala silang gana, bawi na sila, di ba?
I-justify mo ano.
Actually, sir, yung financial projection ng PMO Tabaco, medyo late na kasi nabigay sa akin. So, yung mga comments ko, sir, is hindi pa po na i-input. Meron yung variable fee computation kasi nila dito, sir, is for passenger terminal fee lang. So, hindi pa na-input yung variable fee for cargo handling and other operations. Plus, yung mga schedule po na expenses nila is pinapa-validate ko pa kasi wala silang wala silang sub-schedule para ma-check kung ano yung mga nilagay nilang expenses. So,
Subject to yung
Verification mo.
Adjustment dahil dun sa mga inputs mo. Kung halimbawa, just the same, you can compute it at 8 years, bibigyan pa rin natin sila ng additional period.
sa akin ma'am is fair lang kasi hindi tingnan ko natin yung internal rate of return nila is only 12.6%. Eh, ang hurdle rate po talaga natin is 10%. So, medyo mababa pa rin naman yung return sa akin. Pero kayo ma'am, ano po yung pleasure na ba?
Either ano pag kita kasi pwede 8 years. Bawi na sila.
Nasa atin daw.
Ano ba yung percentage ng income na dapat provide for
Mababa ba yung 12% na labor?
parang public
Public
Gusto din yan.
10.
Na-check mo ba yung pagka-business cost?
Ano ba dapat? Ano
Ewan ko, di ko yung kuya.
For 10 years, ano yung ROI niya? Ano yung percentage ng ROI niya?
ROI niya, in 7.8
Hindi, so
years.
ano yung return niya in 10 years? Ano percentage sa costing?
For the last 2 years, wala na siyang i-recoup. Na-recoup niya na incentive.
Hindi, so anong kinita niya sa
Hindi,
investment
parang
niya?
kita, no?
Anong percentage ng kinita niya?
Ma'am, anak mo ka mo.
Kasi
Kasi may tendency kami
Ilang
mag-decay.
percent daw yung binita niya
Sa investment niya?
after the 8 year. Yung investment niya, 2 years.
10 years yun.
Ha?
23. Yung ROI niya po. The ROI was computed at 20.9%, sir.
Ang 8 year.
Buo na yun.
For the whole 10-year contract.
Hindi, ganito. Anyway,
Yun yung
magre-recompute ka naman ng ano pa eh. Because of the rates. Tapos you still have to input yung mga recommendations mo na hindi nyo na-consider. We will see. Kasi ganito lang ha, parang may reservation kami doon sa kung sinasabi yung 8 years, eh balik na. Parang nagsisecond thought kami of giving additional 2 years. Subject to yung final computation.
And also, ma'am, we will revise since the application for the concession fee will be revised. So if we pay a fixed fee, is like
Will still,
yes, ma'am.
will still increase. Ibig sabihin baka shorter pa yung period.
Kaya ano ba kung consider natin reasonable ROI niya?
Yun nga.
Yung
Ano
standard
to? Kasi
ROI.
for terminal operator tayo, eh, ang public service ba ang cargo natin?
Hindi,
Wala.
hindi. Mali na naman na hindi. Pero anong percentage sa public utility
16,
na
18,
Oo.
10% pa rin yun.
12% yung return. Mataas yung 23.
Sige, recompute mo ulit.
Or
Pero
minsan
kasi,
nila 50 para mag-awit sila sa
Parang-
may wiggle room sila sa
parang-
Kasi yun yung minimum. Kasi nila 50, may oras nilang hindi pa na
Pero actually sa ngayon ba, do we set a limit kung sa ROI niya?
ah,
So ngayon, ano yung existing contracts, parang ano contracts natin, PPP contracts, so we set a limit ROI.
wala, hindi naman siya limit pero it was observed by the
Sige.
malaki nga ang deferred loan
So
investment.
ngayon, we compute natin ba yung ROI niya based on existing contract, we're going to take ilang percent.
Mataas pa, hindi ba?
Yan na ba, based existing contract?
Hindi.
Proposed ito diba? Proposed. Yung sa existing, yung sa existing ano natin, ilang percent yung ROI factor? Yung sa 5-year contract na siya, sa 5-year
we check kung ano yung, kasi we have to balance na may return siya, pero may wiggle room din sila para mag-bid ng higher kasi kung sagad na yon wala na nga maglalo sa bid nila regarding yung sa concession fee. Incidentally, may instructions regarding yung variable fee. Since it's beyond na nung what they're expected ng management na yung sharing is different. So, yung suggestions atin is 60-40, 60 in favor of government. Yung sharing sa variable. As about yung 60-40 na. So, 60 in favor of government, 40 na yung sa kasi that's over and beyond sa expectation niya.
Kaya gusto mong move 80% siya.
Kasi unfair eh. Unfair eh. It's fair for everyone. Kasi pag may windfall siya, windfall na yun eh. So, tayo, we should, since that's not part of the agreement, we get a bigger share. Okay, so, malapit na tayo, pag maayos na yung computation, we can post. So, yung kailangan na lang, we will get Go Signal to give you a copy of the revised classification, you recompute, and then you take a look kung magkano ba dapat nalagay yung return. Kasi 23 mataas yung for investment. And then it's a variable fee. Okay? So all other provisions compliant as guidelines. Okay, okay.
Yun na lang ba? Yun na lang. Ngayon lang po kasi stated in the minutes that we will invite si Super regarding ISPS. Nasa minutes eh. That we will kasi comment on the ISPS. Ha? Andito sa minutes. Invite si Super. Under 3.1.8.
Pero kung tayo representative, superintendent lang po lang.
O sino ang nasa
Mr. Kelly lang din.
Good morning, Ma'am Kelly Beltrán, please.
Meron kasi, sige, can we read yung 3.1.8? Actually, sa iya tayo, tama. Under port safety and security, PM Bacolana inquired if the contractor can use the port security plan approved by the OTS. Mr. Del Moro answered that the contractor should submit a security plan which is in accordance with PMO, considering that the one approved by OTS is for the entire port and it's also confidential. So, PM Riaso and Engineer Parpina added that they can base their security plan in the existing port rules and regulation. The vice chairperson suggested to set a minimum requirement based on the PPA rules and regulation. The BAC agreed to invite Superintendent Patur the next meeting to enlighten the committee regarding the safety and security plan PPA.
Yes, ma'am.
How feasible yung or practicable yung requiring ng contractor to submit a security plan apart from what is submitted by the port?
Actually, ma'am, I agree with the comments of Mr. Ray Del Moro. Yung security plan kasi confidential and bago mo yun, OTS po na-approve. And then, what they do is, the Port Police Department or the PMO conduct security assessment bago po magkaroon ng security plan. Pero yung contractor, hindi po sila magkakandak ng security assessment. Maybe security survey, kasi assessment confidential din yan. And then from the security survey, pag nanalo po sila as contractor, dyan magkakandak po ng security assessment for approval of the OTS. Then after the assessment, security plan na po.
By your discussion, it means na lengthy yung process. Ang tanong ko, is it practicable for us to require yung bidder to submit this? Or is it a compliance after winning, like the ISO thing, that you're given a number of years to get it? Kasi I understand isang port security security plan, lengthy yung process. Eh magbibid pa lang naman sila eh. So, paano ba to? Kasi, I just came from the AGMO's office. Ito kasi, sinabi niya, this is a lengthy requirement. So, you don't expect yung bidder to submit a security plan sa simula or while bidding. So, this can be considered compliance if you put in the contract na magpo-comply sila dito. Just like yung ISO requirement na they're given 3 years ba, 5 years ang ginawa natin. Yun lang yung comment ko dito. Kaya, ano, Kelly ko, matagal ito. Kasi magbibid pa lang sila eh. Pagsasabihin mo na. Eh, mga lengthy itong process eh.
Yes, mga correct po. Ganito po talaga. Kaya yung security plans ko after ng tapos ng bidding process.
Just a short relief, Mr. Chair. That's why I was raising the point because if we make this a requirement doon sa bidding and yung sinabi ni Kim mataas yung proseso, baka ma-DQ ba? Hindi tutugma yung sa parameters natin. That's why we have to settle this whether tsaka na natin i-require after manalo sila or pag ni-require natin sila, we will provide some guidance paano how to go about it with this lengthy process. Yung
Ang suggestion ni Atmo, kasi we discussed it eh, medyo naging ko ng konti. We put it in the contract as part of the compliance. Hindi parang requirement habang nag-review. So, yun lang.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you.
Okay, so same thing, mabago yung classification. So kapag bumili, ano yung percentage ng ROI?
We would like to make a last minute presentation because we were undergoing a final review of our concession fee and we want it to be presented to the BAC because may tinitingnan namin particularly doon sa pinalis namin na area. We made some environmental scanning at saka yung mga rates sa labas as an offshoot yung sa hiningi ng CSD. So before we finally decide, we want the body to help us re-evaluate yung assessment namin.
Good morning, everyone. The PMOWLC would just like to present yung revision lang po namin sa concession fee. Ano po, upon thorough study, sabi nga ni PM, with environmental scanning, we proposed before 206 million concession fee, and then we arrived to decrease it to 183 million. May explanation po under 5.1 na from 206 million to 180 million, not to include the projected lease in the amount of 950,000 a month for the lease area of 360 square meters. Yung proposed lease area po, natapos yung reclamation namin sa Ormoc. So we allotted there 3,000 square meters for container leasing. Thus, income will depend. So, pinalitan po namin siya na ang magiging probable income niya is the storage na lang po. So, the non-inclusion of lease area for containers is to avoid port congestion of containers and monopoly of the leased area. Second po na kinonsider namin is upon verbal conversation with the existing operations manager ng Oceanic po sa Ormoc, they prefer to lease outside the port because of the lower rate. As of now po, meron silang nire-rent na 5,000 square meters in the amount of 120,000 per month, which is 24 square meters lang po. So, to be fair na lang po for the both parties, ang kinuha na lang po namin na additional income for to project the concession is the 50% migration of rural traffic from private port going to the government port. So we come up with this computation of concession fee. Ito po siya. So, yung 50% migration from BGC private port, kinumpute po namin siya based sa baseline at saka po yung mga kinonsider po namin yung projection natin based on statistics. Then we stick to 5.2 increase per year. So, ito na po yung computation ng concession fee, which is I guess higher pa rin naman po and fair for both parties, which we considered also the meron naman po tayong threshold. So, ngayon po, ano na siya, 182 million, but we rounded up to 183 million. Then yung computation po namin ng threshold, yung nag-increase po kami every year ng 5.2, but we took the highest traffic, which is the last year, bago po namin nilagay yung limit ng threshold natin. So, wala po tayong double charging sa kanila. Pinasok na po natin yung 5.2 increase natin sa projection sa traffic natin, saka po tayo naglagay ng threshold po. So, sa side po ng operator, hindi naman sila maglulubi. Sa side po natin, nag-base po tayo sa 5.2 increase every year.
So moving din yung mga threshold.
Nag-fix po kami, bali yung for a represent ko lang po yung mga threshold.
Moving din sa
Bali po, moving po yung increase natin for the next 5 years, which is we stick to 5.2 every year. Then, so, dun po sa rural, sa threshold po, example lang po sa rural traffic, for 2023, ito po yung projected natin na volume, total volume of rural vehicles, which is 107,000. So, yung threshold po namin, nag-increase po kami ng 5.2, so 113 na po yung magiging limit natin. So, hindi rin malulugi si operator kasi po, yung projected natin, pasok na po sa 5 years, at the same time, we add 5.2 for the last year bago tayo mag-threshold, which is 113,650 units. Tsaka pag na-reach na po nila yun, tsaka na po tayo magpo-complete siyang variable fee.
ka ng 5 years?
Yes po.
Hindi. So bali dinobol mo yung projection natin.
Bali po yung projection natin every year, which is increase every year ma-increase po ng 5.2.
So dinobol mo yung increase. So pag 10.4 na, doon makikikita yung variable fee.
Doon po sa last year na projection po.
Hindi, every year yun dapat.
Yeah.
Every year dapat.
Sige po. Bali yun lang po yung presentation.
Parang moving siya every year. So,
Okay ba yun?
hindi siya sa last year.
50%?
Mahulog po siya na 50%. No.
Hindi, bale, so yung variable fee, mag-increase siya at 2 point, 2.6. So half ng 5 weeks. Titingin niyo. Kapag-malay mo. Pero parang malaki yung doon. So parang 50% ng if our projected increase is 5.2, so increase 50% niya. So pagpalo ng additional 2.6, pagpalo ng 7.7, after 7.7 may variable. Kasi kumita naman siya dyan sa 5.2.
Kasi po projected na, so nakita na rin po siya. At the same time po, hindi po siya magiging lugi kasi kung masyadong mababa yung volume natin, baka pag nag-market na ng mas maganda yung port, biglang nag-boom. So,
Basta yung expected projection natin, 5.2.
yes, we consider all the
CSD, masyado ba mataas? mataas yung 50%.
Layo na daw.
We were in receipt of yung interim report ng this study na galing sa PPDD, and the consultant made a projection na yung growth rate ng Ormoc is only 3% plus. So,
3%?
yes, 3% plus.
Mataas pa yata yun.
Oh, mataas yun sa atin. So, what we're trying to say is very conservative ito in favor of PPA. Yun nga eh. That's why nireview namin yung list, yung pinalis namin na imposing 100,000.
Dapat tayo Florida.
Sa last
Kasi,
Kasi mag-vary to zero na tayo. So kahit naka-floor tayo, pag pumalo naman sa taas, makukuha mo na, kikita na.
unless wala tayong variable, ceiling tayo.
Ayun nga. So, bago lang namin natanggap yung report eh. So,
Recommend naman. Pero we not suggest. Okay? So, yung pattern nito, pakita nila sa mga
Nakalinya.
na ports para simulan na nilang gayahin. Para pagdating sa kanila, dire-diretso na tayo. Yung mahirap naman yun, initially, kayo ang pinakamahirap na trabaho.
Mahirap.
So, magpapasalamat yung mga succeeding na terminal sa inyo dahil na-trailblaze na kayo. Wala na gano'ng kahirap sa kanila. Okay? With the suggestion, anything else, Madam Secretary? Early sa technical.
Kasi alam kong dito dapat ko nang i-brought up yung mga
Paano yung
concerns
SS?
ng PWH kasi dun sa appreciation sir ng pay during the evaluation of the pay.
Dapat hindi. Pwede siguro para take siya into account sa
Sir, katulad ng yung, kasi yung dito sa guidelines natin, ang nakalagay certificate of accreditation ang required. Although sabi kasi nung during the meeting with the PMOs, marami palang mga accreditations issue ang mga PMOs. So, limited lang yung po ba tayo dun sa accreditation for terminal o pag sa business for cargo handling, pwede na rin na yun. Kasi sir, isa yung sa mga concern.
Ano yung operation ng port?
Depende kung siguro tier 5, it's practically, di ba, cargo handling na lang natitira doon. Halos, kaya alam mo yung guidance kasi natin is for terminal management regulatory framework. So, siguro it was sa akin, for terminal services yung accreditation na natin for all.
So, dapat accredited din muna siya before siya pwede mag-participate.
Yes, part of the requirement for it.
So, accredited for the services na nakalista dun sa... Kasi yung BPRD is
For
not
terminal. For terminal.
cover na yung lahat.
Oo. Hindi pwede yung mga iba-iba pang services.
Hindi, pero hindi ba kasama sa services yung cargo handling, etc. Sa list na nakalagay. When you say your port terminal, cover na yung lahat.
Oo, covered na lahat.
So, yun yung parang
Yun ang hahanapin natin na accreditation.
so that's the technically the biggest accreditation makukuha mo.
So sir, other than yung port accreditation for port terminal, wala nang pag hindi sila nakapagsabi no, failed na sila.
Oo, pero
Sir, isa pa yung concern namin kasi para if kumain sir, pending yung application nila, upon opening of bids, paano na sir?
Meron ba kayo dinidrive?
so far wala pa. Ito, pero I know that there are interested entities in accredited.
Hindi, ilalagay natin na kailangan accredited yun.
Tapos, that type of accreditation, dapat pag-serve, accredited.
Kaya critical yung ano natin, yung deadline sa
Special accreditation natin.
Gano'n ba katagal ang accreditation process? So basically, kung makita nila yung posted and doon pa lang sila magkahamon na accreditation, wala na pag-asa.
Yeah, well,
Wala na naman.
So dapat beforehand, magbabalak sila, dapat nagpa-apply na sila.
So yung ibang operator
Wow.
like Sebastian,
Pa-apply na.
nakaaangkat sila, bago sila
Ah.
Okay, okay.
Gano'ng katagal lang sir?
Medyo matagal.
10 days, 20 days?
20 days, more than 20 days. Ayun.
Just to share research here, we received some accreditation doon sa CHO namin existing. And when we reviewed kung ano yung criteria for the terminal operation, very specific yung pina-accredit niya. So, sinabi namin na if ever na gusto mo sumali, kung limited lang yung kung mo, might as well yung category 1 na which is encompassing. So, right now, nag-accredit siya. Yun ang advice namin sa mga existing CHO namin na para kasi kung namimili lang siya doon, we were apprehensive na buong buo sa scope ng operation niya, hindi siya papasok kasi he is only accredited for one activity lang. So, talagang most likely na-refuse siya. So right now, nag-resubmit siya ng application for terminal services. So yun ang naging interpretation to guide yung mga CHO. So madali mo lang, in our experience, depende sa compliance ng mga CHO kung kompleto sila. Madali lang dito sa head office po. Pag hindi kompleto, lalo na yung mga updated legal requirements kung if they cannot submit, which I think that TWG will also be looking into those documents. So, doon na kami medyo matikulo sa high level na dapat updated na talaga para pag inakyat wala ng balikan, ito lang maging commitment namin sa PMO para one pass na lang as much as possible.
Sir, another concern po. Kasi sa back natin, sir, sa core engineering and yung sa goods, yung joint venture agreement, sufficient na sa atin na notarized lang. Parang, sir, dito po ba dito sa port terminal, i-adapt din po ba natin yung ganong principle na kahit notarized lang without even securing doon sa with SEC, yung joint ventures?
Well, if our the main intent natin when we created guidelines for companies, tinatan naman natin dun sa
Kasi sir, di ba pag sa engineering and sa goods, parang
Kasi may
period maikli lang. Unlike kasi sir dito sa terminal medyo 10 years.
so your suggestion is i-require natin na may SEC registration.
Hindi sir, kung ano yung magiging venture ng body sir, kung ano ba yung
May point ka kasi dapat valid legal entity na siya sa
kasi baka magkaroon ng problema kung mag-withdraw yung isang partner.
so may mas may permanence ko sa business. I can read it. Dapat mas binding yung agreement din. Okay.
Sir, last na lang po. Yung sa bid security, sir, kasi one of the forms required is yung bid security. Sir, dun sa atin, yung sa form, parang ina-acknowledge yung bid security declaration. However, dun sa body itself, no regulations natin, no mention of any bid security declaration yung mga body. So ano, sir, ang magiging role ng
Kung nasa May, meron. Kung sa guidelines mismo, sa IRR, wala.
Wala, sir.
We will follow the guidelines.
So, hindi na lang, sir, kami mag-mention of any bid security declaration.
Hindi sila. So wala sa guidelines, meron sa IRR.
Hindi, sir. Wala sa IRR, pero nasa forms, attached siya. Forms, sir.
Forms attached to the IR.
Sa technical bid form po, kasi one of the attachment, yung technical bid submission form, na parang sinasabi, ito yung mga documents na sinasabit namin as bid namin. Nire-recognize na pwede yung bid securing declaration. However, yung section 20 of AO 12-2018, no mention of any bid securing declaration. Basta yung forms lang, sir, ang sinabi, yung bid security should be yung 2% and 5%.
May sa bank. Yung sa bank deposit.
Yes, sir. Sir,
I will also ask management.
Sir, the big securing declaration kasi walang monetary ano yun.
parang ano na
Walang bayad yun.
It
It's just a piece of paper na parang nag-promise yung ano na.
Hindi, pero dito, nagre-require tayo na pondo, pera sa kanila.
Wala siguro. I think hindi dapat na ano yung insecure. Kasi actually the purpose naman that is why it is included sa article. Parang ano ko yan, for the ano ng mga members. Kasi ano yung ano kaya dapat talaga ano sila paano
Continue sa contract.
Kuha mo na yung proposal kung ano form nire-require.
Sir, meron na po. Ay, section 20, sir. If cash, cashier's check or
Hindi, so ganun na lang.
lang yung sa IRR.
So, hindi na lang, sir, sasama yung bid security.
Kung ma-cover naman nung form na provided for under the IRR, okay. Give me a copy na. Pakot ka. Isa ko kay Okay, anything else? Okay, since wala na,